Hello everyone, welcome to day 4 of May Leetcode challenge. Today we have question number 1679, maximum number of k-sum pairs. In this question they have given us the integer array nums and an integer k, and we have to pick two numbers from this array whose sum is equals to k and remove them from the array, and we have to return the maximum number of operation we can perform on this array. Like in example 1, they have given us the array which have like integer number 1 2 3 and 4, and we have to make sum 5. And as we see sum 5, like any two integer adding up and giving us the sum 5, we'll remove them from the array, and that what the number of time we are removing those element, we have to give the count. So in this array, if we add 1 and 4, that give us the count 5. So this is the one pair. If we remove, our count will become 1, and then again we have this number 2 and 3 which will add up to 5, and if we'll remove this pair, then again our count will become 2. So that is our input. To understand it more clearly, let's see this example. Like the one way of achieving it is, for example, if we have this input array 3 1 3 4 3, and we have to perform, so first thing we can do is we can perform sorting. We can sort this above array, the input array, then the array will become 1 3 3 4, and then we can have two pointer, start pointer which will end which will point to index 0, and the end pointer which will point to index, the last index. And as we know, we have to make the sum 6. So we will see, like, is adding the value at the starting index and the end index give us the sum 6? No. So adding 4 plus 5 doesn't give us sum 6. So the value 5 is less than 6. If value 5 is less than 6 and the array is sorted, that means we just need to increment the starting index. So we will increment a starting index. So our starting index now is at 3. Index it at 2, and now we will see whether the starting, if we add the number which is at starting and ending, will it give us 6? So 3 plus 4 give us 7. So 7 is greater than 6. Then in this case we need to increment our end. So now our end will point to the second last index. The basic thing which we got is, like, if it is giving us the value less than k, then we increase our starting pointer, and if it is giving us the value greater than k, then we will decrement our end pointer. And now if we see, now our starting pointer is at index 2 and our starting pointer is at index 1 and our end pointer is at index 3. So if we sum them, the value is k. So if they give us exactly the value 6, then the first thing we will do is, I forgot to mention, make here the count. That is what we are going to return. So we will not increment it in any cases, but when the sum is equals to the k, then we will first increment the count. So our count will become 1, and we will increment our starting index as well as our ending index. So now our starting index and ending index will point at the same place, that is at the index 2. So our iteration will stop, and we will get the input, the output as 1, because our count is 1. But this method take the time complexity of n log n, because we are sorting it, and the space, this is the time complexity, and the space complexity, is O of 1. But is there any better way of doing this where we can reduce this time complexity to the linear time? So let's see how we can do this. Like using map, we can create a frequency map, and we will check if our map will contain k minus I value, then we will just we will reduce the of its frequency, and we will iterate further. Let's see how this works. For example, now our pointer is on index 0, so it has the value 1. So our first step is we will check whether 6 minus 1 that is 5 present in our map? No, 5 is not present in our map, so we will add this 1 with its frequency, that is 1 in our map, and we will move further. So now our pointer will move to 3. Then again we will check, is 6 minus 3, that is 3 present in our map? No, 3 is not present in our map, so we will add 3 and we will give its frequency as 1, and then we will move ahead in our map. And now when again we will see like 6 minus 3, is 3 present in our map? So this time yes, 3 is present in our map. So if we got something that is present in our map, our thing is we will reduce, if its frequency is equals to 1, we will remove this, and if its frequency is like greater than 1, then we will reduce its frequency by 1. So this is removed. The more we can understand is like, look, this 3 and 3 gave us the sum 6. If the sum is 6, that means this thing should be removed and our count should be increased by 1. So that is why we are removing it. And now again our pointer will come to our index 3. Now again we will see if 6 minus 3 is present in our map. No, it is not present, because the one that was present, that got cancelled before because of this and 3 pair, which was summing up to 6. So because of that, so again this 3 came and it has the frequency 1. Then we will move to our last index, that is 5th index, and then we will see is 6 minus 4, that is 2 present in our map? No, 2 is not present in our map, so we will make this 4 comma 4 which have the frequency 1, and our iteration is over and we got the count 1. So this count 1 is our answer, and that is what basically is our answer. If we add this 3 and 3 6 pairs, then we get 6, or if we just take this 3 and 3 pairs, then we get 6. We cannot take any 3 because they are summing up to 9 and we need only 2 pairs. So this is what we have to written as an answer. So now let's code. So first thing is, we have to create the map. So let's make the map of integer versus integer, because this will be our frequency map. Basically this is our frequency map. It will store the frequency, and then we need the count that we have to return, and then we will iterate through an array I in nums. If we found in map, if it contains key k minus I, then we will find its frequency, and frequency we'll get from map.get k minus I. If this frequency is equals to 1, then we will simply remove that particular number mapping from the map. Else if it's greater than 1, then we will put k minus I, comma, then we will decrement 1 from the frequency. And we will with this, what we have to do, we have to increase its count, because we got that 1 pair which have this mapping. And if this is not present, then we will simply put or add this element in our map, that is I comma map dot get or default function for frequency we basically used. So if it is there, then it will just add 1 to its frequency. If it's not there, then it will give 0, and then we will return count. Let's run this code. Now it is working. Let's submit. Okay, it's done.